Hello, this is Greg James, and you're watching me on mybliss.co.uk.
Hi Greg.
Hi.
Thank you for talking to us.
That's all right.
Now, we're here to chat to you about the Teen Awards that you're presenting the coverage for this year. Are you nervous?
A bit. I will be at the side of the stage because the crowd is just the loudest crowd ever.
Yeah.
So I will be a bit, yeah.
What's going to be better than last year for this year?
Well, it's bigger. I mean, we did it at Hammersmith Apollo last year, which is a great venue, but Wembley Arena, 7,000 people, and it's the chance to say hello Wembley. So it's going to be an amazing event, and the lineup. I've seen the lineup. I know Pixie Lot's playing, but I've seen the rest of it, and I can't tell you anything. But it is good.
It's all hush hush.
Do you know?
No.
It is good. It's really good.
It's very exciting. So tell us a bit about the Teen Awards for people who don't know.
Okay, so it's basically the biggest artists around at the minute. Some of your absolute favourites that you'll just love, like Pixie Lot. Last year we had Katy Perry, we had Taylor Swift, we had JLS and The Wanted last year. This year's even bigger, if possible. And we just have the biggest artists, an amazing young crowd of 13 to 17-year-olds. And we give out awards to teenagers who have gone through adversity or have done something special and celebrate young people. Because why not? It can be an ignored section of society. It shouldn't be. Because everyone was a teenager. Everyone forgets that you were a teenager. Everyone forgets that it was quite difficult. Even though, looking back, it wasn't. But it kind of was at the time because you make a big deal out of things that aren't a big deal. That's what you do when you're a teenager and everything's a drama. And everything's a stress. But it's stressful because you don't know what you're doing and you think you're an adult. You're not an adult. You're kind of allowed to go out, but you're not allowed to go out. You have to be home by 11. You kind of got a bit of money, but only because you work at Pizza Hut. So maybe that was just my teenage years, but that was it.
Okay, so you're asking people to nominate their heroes. Who's your personal hero and who's your celebrity hero?
It's tough, this. When I was at school, I was obsessed with The Office and Ricky Gervais, so he was a massive hero of mine. But I think, in terms of the job that I do now, the people that really inspired me to try and do it were people like Chris Moyles and Scott Mills. And that sounds cheesy because I'm on the same station as them, but at one point I wasn't. At one point I was at school listening to these people. When I woke up, Chris was on the radio, and when I went home from school, Scott was on the radio. So these were people that I looked up to because they were just there constantly, and they were doing a job that I wanted to do, and they were funny and they were good at it. So I wouldn't want you to say that Chris Moyles is my hero, but they were inspirations when I was younger.
Did you ever do anything a little bit heroic when you were younger?
I want to say yes. I want to say I rescued a grandma from our building, but
you can say that, we'll believe you.
Yeah, well, there's one day I rescued this old lady who was dangling by her ankle out of a window, and I just was underneath the trampoline and I saved her.
Amazing.
Yeah, just kept bouncing up and down. And she broke her ankle, but she's fine now.
Oh, if you could be a superhero, what power would you have?
Fly. Every time. That's a standard answer, but it's just the best thing ever.
What would you do if you could fly? Where would you fly to?
I could go anywhere. So, anywhere. Name somewhere.
Oh gosh, Australia.
I'm there.
Do you think you could?
I'd just go there.
You could go for that long.
Yeah. It would be incredible.
Which do you prefer, Hero by Enrique Iglesias or Hero by Mariah Carey?
Enrique, every time.
Do you know all the words?
Absolutely.
Do you sing along?
I probably could. Absolutely every time, Enrique, because that song, I think it was 99 when it came out.
Something like that.
And I was 14, 15. I was 15. So I was deep in the teenage years. And that song was at number one for about 13 weeks. And although I didn't admit to anyone that I liked it, I did. I really did.
It is brilliant.
I watched Top of the Pops in a week just to see him on it.
What's your favourite Hero chocolate? Cadbury's Hero.
The mini 12s.
Oh, good call. I forgot about those. I always forget about those.
People often forget about 12s.
Other awards that are being given out is for like teen entrepreneur. Did you ever have any money making schemes when you were a teen?
Not really. Maybe I did. Did I? What did I do? I don't think so. I wasn't like a mini Alan Sugar. I was 17. I was like at the back of a van. Started selling stuff out the back of a van. I don't think I did anything to make money. I was just kind of, all I did was just play, when I was when I was 17, I just played sport and did radio stuff. I don't think any money making
Very
scheme.
focused.
I've never been money orientated really. I've never been an entrepreneur, I don't think. I just always wanted to just do this job, basically. If I get paid, even better.
Speaking of that, you've kind of gone from student to massive radio star.
Zero to hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Can you give our team some inspiration? How can they achieve the same?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, it's finding someone who inspires you. So hopefully there'll be people listening to me who are 14, 15 who want to do radio and they go, oh, well, if he can do it, then I can too. So I think that it's just determination, really, and learning as much as you can about the job you want to get into, because if you can't be the best at something unless you know everything about it. You can't be the best doctor if you don't know the human body. You have to know everything about radio. You have to know who owns what station. You have to know who the bosses are, who the presenters are on the stations and stuff. You just have to know as much as possible and be a geek, basically. So I was always determined to do it and absorb as much of it as possible and not to give up, because it's difficult. It's a difficult industry to get into, but it's not impossible.
Cool. And so I've got some quick fire questions for you. Right, just to get to know you a bit better. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Meatball sub or healthy chicken sub?
Healthy chicken sub.
Lollies or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Favourite Radio 1 DJ?
Hugh Stevens.
Good answer. Favourite song of all time?
Oh my God. Of all time?
Okay, top 3.
Oh God, okay. Coldplay. Don't Panic. Maximo Park, Apply Some Pressure, and Starry Eyed by Ellie Goulding.
Good answer. What's the most romantic thing you've ever done? 30 seconds to go.
I don't think I've ever done. Probably took my girlfriend away to New York for a surprise birthday treat.